years.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(6:15). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Katharine Pereira and read by Lavani Vijayatunga. First, we take a look at the headlines. The President says permission will not be given to destroy forest resources in the country. Purchase of paddy is being carried out successfully. Plans are underway to develop local businesses to strengthen the economy. It has been pledged that the concessions given to the people will not be cut. And in news overseas, US President Biden to declare major disaster. Those are the headlines, and now more to the details of the local news. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that permission will not be given for anyone to destroy the forest resources. He made these remarks while participating in the 11th stage of the Gama Samaga Pilisandara program held at Nelumveva area in Karavalagasveva, Puttalam. The president engaged in a friendly discussion with the students of the junior school in Muriakalava in Tambova. The president presented many solutions to the problems submitted by the people in the area. Agriculture Minister Mahinda Ananda requests the farmers to provide 1,000 kilos of paddy from a hectare when the paddy is purchased by the government according to the national policy. The government's aim is to protect the farmer and the consumer from the paddy and rice racketeers. He also said that rice will be provided to the consumers under a certified price of 97 rupees per kilo before the Singhala and Hindu New Year. The government has allocated 16 billion rupees to purchase paddy. This is the news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
And we continue with more local news. State Minister Shahan Semasinghe says that the concessions given to the public will not be cut, whatever challenges are faced. He made these remarks while participating in a ceremony held at the North Central Provincial Council Auditorium today. He said under the first stage, 300,000 rupees will be issued to organize Samruddhi community finances. He also said the government has allocated 54 billion rupees annually for Samruddhi beneficiary activities. State Minister Ajit Rivan Cabral says that the government was able to develop the local business activities and enhance the local entrepreneurs even with the COVID pandemic. He said the government's objective is to strengthen the local economy. The Ministry of Health has confirmed the total count of coronavirus recoveries reported in Sri Lanka has exceeded 73,000 today, with 890 more patients being discharged from hospitals following complete recovery from the virus. The total number of recoveries recorded in Sri Lanka reached 73,456. Sri Lanka has confirmed a total of 78,937 positive cases of novel coronavirus so far. However, 5,048 of them are still under medical care at selected hospitals and treatment centers. Meanwhile, the country has witnessed 433 fatalities following the outbreak of the pandemic. And to conclude the local news, the headlines once again. The President says permission will not be given to anyone to destroy forest resources in the country. Purchasing of paddy is being carried out successfully. Plans are underway to develop local businesses to strengthen the economy. It has been pledged that the concessions given to the people will not be cut. And that was the local news.
Darling, our daughter has top O-level results. Do you know what this means?
Yes, just 3 years and she'll be going abroad for her degree.
For which we'll need a bank loan.
But is a normal loan the smartest option?
What else?
The smartest way is to start an HDFC Smart Goals account.
Let your child begin their degree with no delays. Start an HDFC Smart Goals account. Call 2356 888.
Honey, you're so smart.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
The main news story for this evening, Chairman of the Paddy Marketing Board, Dr. Jatal Mandapirma, says that the currently purchasing of paddy is being carried out successfully. He told the SLBC that he would like to thank the farmers who are supplying paddy for the government. State Minister of Agriculture Shashindra Rajapaksa says the allegations made by the opposition regarding the government's program of purchasing paddy is unsuccessful. He said the government hopes to purchase paddy from the farmers who receive the fertilizer relief. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
In Washington this evening, the Water Supply and Drainage Board says that the water supply will be suspended from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow in the areas of Uyanwatta, Galabadavidya, Gall Road, Valapala, Veragampitiya, Piladuwa, Kumaradasa Mawatha and Rahula Road due to the maintenance work on the Matara Hakmana Road. And that came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Headlines of the world news. US President Biden to declare major disaster. Japanese Prime Minister joins G7 talks for the first time as Prime Minister. Pfizer company says vaccine can be stored in standard freezers. Those were the headlines, and now we want the details of the world news. US President Joe Biden is set to declare a state of major disaster for Texas, clearing the way for more federal funds to be spent on relief efforts. Power is returning to the state and temperatures are set to rise, but some 13 billion people are still facing difficulties in accessing clean water. Mr. Biden has said that he will visit Texas as long as his presence is not a burden on the relief efforts. Nearly 60 deaths have been attributed to cold weather across the U.S. White House spokeswoman Jen Psaki confirmed Mr. Biden has asked his team to expedite Texas's request for disaster declaration. Japan's Prime Minister Suga Yoshihide has expressed to the group of 7 industrialized nations his determination to hold Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics Games this summer. The leaders held a teleconference yesterday. It was the first G7 meeting including Suga, US President Joe Biden and Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi. On the coronavirus pandemic, Suga said that he had an unwavering resolve to protect the lives and the livelihood of the people since assuming his post in September. U.S. pharmaceutical firm Pfizer says the new data show that COVID-19 vaccine it jointly developed with German partner BioNTech can be stored at temperatures more commonly found in pharmaceutical freezers and refrigerators. Pfizer said that the vaccine remains stable for 2 weeks when it is stored at minus 15 to minus 25 degrees Celsius. Pfizer says it and BioNTech have submitted data to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for its approval to store vaccine under such conditions. And to conclude the world news, the headlines once again. US President to declare major disaster. Japanese Prime Minister joins G7 talks for the first time as Prime Minister. Pfizer company says vaccine can be stored in standard freezers. And that was the world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In development news, the new branch of the State Trading Corporation established in Batticaloa was opened by the Minister of Trade, Bandula Gunawardena, today. Participating in the event, he said President Gotabaya Rajapaksa is taking forward the country to a new development path. He said the government is acting to develop the country economically while facing the challenges. With that, we move on to sports news. The sixth stage of the Pakistan Super League tournament will begin. The first match will be played between Karachi Kings team and Quetta Gladiators team. The tournament will begin at 7:30 p.m. local time in Karachi. 34 matches are to be conducted and it will be held until the 22nd of next month. Japanese tennis star Osaka Naomi has won the Australian Open, defeating American Jennifer Brady. This is Osaka's fourth Grand Slam title. That was the sports news. Business news coming up.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
In business news, the government is set to construct one factory in each divisional secretariat area under the Vistas of Prosperity Policy Manifesto. The government's aim is to start factories in the rural areas in order to provide more job opportunities to the youth. A special discussion in this connection was held at the Ministry of Industries yesterday under the patronage of Ministers Vimal Veeravansa and Nama Rajapaksa. Ceylon Industrial Development Board has already conducted a feasibility study to start the industries in the rural areas.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of
Just move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions, LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
And in economic news, Secretary of the Money Market Association, Gamini Handunge, says that there is a slight decrease in the prices of vegetables in the market when compared to the last week. He also stated that sufficient stocks of vegetables is reached in the market from various parts of the island. Therefore, further price decline for vegetables can be expected in the future. That was the economic news and the weather report to conclude.
Congratulations on your promotion.
It will be our treat, huh? How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And finally, the weather report. The Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts during the evening or night. Fairly heavy falls, about 75 millimeters, can be expected at some places. A few showers will occur in the eastern, north-central, northern and Uva provinces and in the Mathale and Noora Elia districts. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura districts during the morning hours. Before we conclude this bulletin of news, let's get back to the headlines once again. The President says permission will not be given to destroy any forest resources in the country. Purchasing of paddy is being carried out successfully. Plans are underway to develop local businesses to strengthen the economy. It has been pledged that the concessions given to the people will not be cut. And in news overseas, US President Biden to declare major disaster. With that, we conclude this bulletin of news. And now it's back to your Saturday evening host and my good friend Asanka to keep you entertained.